I think the kitchen is one of the most complicated spaces in a home to clean. It can be time consuming and it can be confusing. There's a lot going on in here. We all kind of have different appliances, we cook differently, and we have different things in our cupboards and our pantries. So there are a lot of things to take into consideration. All that said, there are some principles, some tips and tricks and kind of cleaning secrets that you can employ no matter what's going on in here to keep your kitchen sparkling. And over the years, I've amassed a lot of these little tips and tricks. So in this video, I want to share with you 10 kitchen cleaning secrets, things that you might not know, that you should know, because it's going to make this room that much better for you. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. And a very special thanks to Scotch-Brite for partnering with us on this video. The eye level test really is a cleaning pro tip. I had no idea about it before I got into cleaning professionally, but once I started doing it, it changed the game. So I'm going to teach you how to do it. And essentially what the eye level test is it requires you to get down to the same level as the surface that you are cleaning. Because once you do that, you can use light, whether it's from a window or from an actual overhead light source, and you can use that light to look at the surface at eye level to see what you have missed. Now, prior to cleaning professionally, I wouldn't have thought twice about this. And then we had a client who said, they called and complained and they said, you didn't clean under the microwave or you missed a spot under the microwave. And I'm like, how? I couldn't really tell, you know, the countertop was similar to mine. It was like a marbly, multicolored granite. It was really hard to see. But as soon as I learned about the eye level test, which happened immediately after that event, I never made that mistake again. So when you look at the surface, you'll be able to see if there's a crumb or a spill that you couldn't have otherwise seen by looking straight down at the counter or the surface. You wipe it clean, and then your kitchen is truly clean. Just this morning on Instagram, I got a DM about a stain on someone's granite countertop. This happens all the time, whether it's turmeric, tomato sauce, coffee, or wine. You can get stains on these otherwise very solid countertops. So an easy way to correct that stain after you've calmed yourself down is by simply applying equal parts of rubbing alcohol and dish soap onto the surface. Just rub it in with your fingers, nothing fancy, let it sit, walk away. Do some deep breathing. Come back 10 minutes later and give it a quick wipe. And what you'll likely notice is that we'll have removed the stain. Now, on that note, I can't stress enough the importance of sealing your natural stone. I know it's like one of those jobs that you don't really think about or see, but at the end of the day, you've spent a lot of money on these countertops, and sealing it actually provides a barrier so that stains can't penetrate. I've had a glass cooktop for the last 11 years. I got a lot of experience cleaning glass cooktops. And so many people say to me, it is really it's like one of the hardest things to clean, because if you think about it, you have a hot surface, you have something that's bubbled over and baked on, and glass is a delicate surface. If you use something that's very abrasive, it can scratch the surface, which can lead to cracking. So you've got to be careful. And the thing is, it can pose quite a challenge, and if your glass cooktop isn't perfectly clean, it can become unsightly. So the challenge is how to clean it. I've tested a lot of things over the years, and what I've found to really work well is the Scotch-Brite glass cooktop wand, which helps remove tough burnt-on messes, scratch-free. That part's really important. And the best part is that you don't have to use any harsh chemicals. This actually works perfectly well with water, and then you can let the wand do the rest of the work. If you look at your dishes and you notice that they have marks on them, of course from, just regular eating, cutlery, forks, knives, the technical term for that is called spider webbing. And the reason that happens is, of course, because there is all of that scratching and scraping. Although it's unsightly, it's a pretty easy problem to fix, but it's something that you wouldn't think about unless it was pointed out. Let me tell you how easy it is to correct. Get yourself some cream of tartar. You can pick it up in the spice aisle, believe it or not, or you can get it at a bulk food store. It's not very expensive. And you're just gonna make a paste with water and cream of tartar. You want it to be kind of like a pudding-like consistency, so a little heavy on the cream of tartar. You're going to apply that onto the scratched up surface, and of course this will work inside mugs as well. If you stir inside a mug, you'll notice there are like scrape marks from the spoon. It'll work as well. You're just going to apply that cream of tartar and then you can rub it off. If you want to up the ante a little, you can throw in some acid like vinegar or lemon juice, and that will also help move things along. The point is, you want to get that paste onto the marks. You want to rub it off either with your finger or a cleaning toothbrush, give it a rinse, and it will really renew your dishes and make them look nice and clean. Cleaning your oven is one of the most daunting kitchen cleaning tasks. But did you know that when you clean your oven, you actually can't leave your oven racks in there? So that begs the question, well then how do you clean the oven racks? And that is a great question that you just asked. I have an answer for it. I've got a video all about how to do it. It involves a bathtub and a towel and your oven racks, and I'll link that video for you down below. It's hard to be poetic about cleaning and come up with anything truly groundbreaking or profound to say, but I will tell you this. I really believe that the kitchen sink is like the bed of the kitchen. Hear me out on this. If you walk into a bedroom and a bed is beautifully made, the rest of the bedroom just feels clean, feels organized and beautiful. The same thing goes with the kitchen sink. If you walk into a kitchen and it looks pretty good and the sink is sparkling, all of a sudden that elevates the kitchen. The rest of the kitchen feels great. On the flip side, if you walk in and you see a grungy sink with dishes in it, the kitchen kind of feels gross. So the habit that we've tried to get into and sort of the magic is keeping that kitchen sink clean after, like cleaning it after every meal. So what that looks like for us is making sure there's no dishes left behind. And you know, even if you think, well, I've just dumped coffee in there or rinsed off a dish, here's what happens. The sauce, the oil, the tannins from coffee or tea, all of that starts to cling to the sink and build up. It might not look bad in that moment, but a couple hours later when it's had time to harden and dry, like that's when it starts to look gross. So if you can just do a quick clean with a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of dish soap, and a quick scrub, followed by a rinse of hot water and a quick buff, the whole thing takes under a minute and it makes all the difference. When you see this in the kitchen, you can't unsee it, and that is hard water deposits on your faucet and the faucet head. This is something that's not a big deal. It's not really problematic. It's just unsightly. And you might look at it and feel like, oh, I don't want to think about cleaning that, or I don't know how to clean that. And the thing is, it is so easy to clean. And once you clean it, your faucet, the whole sink area just looks so much more fresh and clean. And it kind of looks newer, which is really exciting. So the easy way to do this is to get yourself some vinegar, just regular 5% white vinegar. Now, if you happen to have cleaning vinegar, which would be either 6% or 10%, like full strength vinegar or cleaning vinegar, that's gonna work even better. So a couple things that you can do. If you wanna soak the faucet head, you can just take a plastic bag, fill it with some vinegar, put the faucet head right in there, affix an elastic band to it, let it sit overnight. The next morning, you can take off the vinegar, take off the vinegar bag, you dump it down your sink. You can gently scrub the faucet head and you will see everything comes right off. Now, if the area around your faucets have any of that buildup, you can just take a cloth or a rag soaked in vinegar and just affix it to the area, let it sit for a while, remove that cloth, and then use a cleaning toothbrush just to brush off any of those deposits. And you'll see they come off really easily. Now, once you do this one time, this is so much easier to stay on top of by just using a little bit of vinegar and a cleaning toothbrush every now and then when you notice that buildup coming up. There's no doubt that vinegar is a powerful cleaner. However, the smell of vinegar is polarizing and lots of people don't want to clean with it because they simply cannot handle that smell. So here's an easy way to make your vinegar smell better for cleaning. Get yourself a mason jar and fill it with citrus peels, whatever you have on hand. Then top the rest of the jar up with plain white vinegar. You're gonna close that jar and leave it for 3, 4, 5 days. When that time has passed, you can grab a strainer and just strain out all of the peels, leaving you with the infused vinegar. Now, the nice thing about this is it'll smell nice and citrusy because all of those oils will have seeped into the vinegar, but you still get the cleaning power of the vinegar, and you also get some of the benefits of those citrus oils for cleaning as well. Then you can use it straight up, or you can mix it in with your other cleaning recipes, and you can keep this on hand as needed. If you pay more attention to what's going on in your fridge, it keeps you accountable. It helps you eat the food that you have in there and know what you have so you can cook through it. It helps reduce waste. And of course, it also helps your fridge just look and feel cleaner. I know when I let my fridge go, it's kind of gross when I open it. I'm like, oh, I hope my mom doesn't come over and see this because it's embarrassing, like it's gross. So what I've come to realize is that when my kitchen is at its best, I am keeping on top of my fridge and making sure that it is clean on a regular basis. So here's what I suggest. Give your fridge a good cleaning once every 30 days. What that means is kind of taking everything out, giving the shelves and drawers a wipe down, replacing those paper towel liners, replacing your box of baking soda, and kind of checking the expiration dates on things as you put them back, getting rid of things and remembering, oh yeah, I have that curry paste, so I better cook that, I better make something with that, instead of it just sitting at the back of the fridge until 3 months from now, when you finally remember that you had it. So keeping on top of the fridge is really important. It's a great way to keep things looking fresh, feeling fresh, and tasting fresh. So if you're not doing that now, oh, and the other thing is, the more frequently you do it, the less work it takes. So if you're not doing it now, try getting into that habit. If you're a coffee or tea drinker, you know the drama of looking into your cup, that your favorite mug or travel mug that you always use to drink your hot beverage in, you know that gets stained over time. Even when you clean it, tannins just build up. So whether it's a stainless steel coffee mug or travel mug or just a regular ceramic mug that you have at home, those rings are very easy to clean. All you need is some baking soda. You guys know me, I'm obsessed with baking soda. So just take a pinch of baking soda, get it a little bit wet, just a couple drops of water. You can either do this with your finger or with a little cleaning toothbrush. Just apply it around the rim, give it a quick scrub, again with your finger or a toothbrush, rinse, wipe, done. Problem solved. You can do this every month or two as soon as you notice that buildup, and the problem is solved. A special thanks to our friends at Scotch-Brite for sponsoring this video and for providing me with that glass cooktop wand you saw me using. These cooktop wands help remove tough, burnt-on messes without scratching, and you don't need to use any harsh chemicals, just water. Visit scotch-brite.com to learn more. Now you have 10 new ways to make your kitchen feel a little bit fresher. You're welcome, but don't worry, that's my job. That's what I'm here for. I support you. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, what kind of stove top do you have? Do you have a gas stove top, a flat glass cooktop like mine, induction heating, or do you have coils? And what drives you crazy about having to clean that cooktop? Because regardless of the type of cooktop that you have, I know you've got some pet peeves. Like, I really know what bothers me about my cooktop. So I wanna know what bothers you about yours, and maybe I'll be able to help you in a future video. So let me know in the comments down below. If you wanna see what we're up to during the rest of the week, you can follow along on Instagram. I'm at Melissa Maker, Chad is at the Chad Reynolds, and the two of us are at Clean My Space. Here are a couple of other videos I think you might love. And if you wanna learn more about Maker's clean microfiber cloths, you can click this button right over here. There is a button down there that lets me know you care, so click it if you liked this video, and click this button to subscribe and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.